Alright guys, welcome back. So in this video I'm going to go over a live NQ trade I took on Friday, and I'm going to be breaking it down exactly why I took it, why I exited and things like that, and show you why the footprint again helped me take such a phenomenal trade. I think this trade was about $2,000, and I got a little bit chopped up trying to catch this trade, so I did already have almost a $1,000 loss on my account. And then this one trade, maybe $2,000, ending the day plus $1,000. So, yeah, without further ado, let's roll the intro and get going. Okay, so let's go ahead, look at this live trade I took on Ola Prime TV. And just before we take a look, there's a link in the description to Ola Prime TV's channel. It's Ola Prime Official. We go live every trading day. We have a bunch of cool trading coaches. I'm live at least 1 hour every single day with our coach Adelina, where we trade a futures market. So it's well worth tuning in. But yeah, let's take a look at the clip of me trading live.
Okay.
We scroll down near the bottom, there's one that says volume footprint. Give me at least 2,000 on this trade, and I've made 1,000 on the day. So 2,000's up here. Alright, getting close to my TP now. Still got my finger on flatten because anything can happen. Actually, I'm going to target a bit higher up. Let's keep my TP nice and high. This could work out quite well. Come on. Let's not mess about here. Oh, sellers are coming in right now. 110 sellers. Come on, break through them. Oh, broken down all the way back down to 6. That's what I want to see. That's the buyers coming in. All right, I've hit my 2,000. Let's keep going. Let's get that extension. Here we go.
And you can put them in a position. I mean, a long too.
All right, I'm locking in that 2,000. I'm happy. Okay, so here is the area of the chart where I took that trade. Now, I did get chopped up earlier in the session on this downward move here, and I'll explain that. So this push down here, I did get chopped up a bit. Lost about $1,000, almost $1,000, you know, trying to catch this move up. And I'll explain why I was getting chopped up a little bit, but then obviously I caught the move, and my trade was essentially, I believe, was like this all the way up to about here, right? That was my trade. So a good 52 points move, 52 point move on the NQ, so really, really cool. Now, if you look at just the candlesticks, how would you anticipate that the market in this second is going to push up all of a sudden? Apart from, you know, the fact that we have a low here, even though we're nowhere near the low actually, we're still, you know, got quite a while to go to the low, but how could I anticipate that this move was going to happen? Well, again, all about the footprint. So let's switch to the footprint. Alright, so what do we see? Well, let me just get the highlighter tool. Okay, so first things first, the reason I got chopped up on this move down was essentially I was seeing in real time as we were pushing down. Okay, I was seeing in real time, you know, sellers coming in, but they weren't really being that effective at that moment in time. There was like a lot of absorption happening, so I knew, okay, because, you know, it says 148 right now, that's what it closed, but at the time this was going up to like 300 and then dropping down to like 150, meaning 150 contracts on the other side, so on the buy side, were being absorbed, right? So there was some buyer in the market, some big institutional buyer absorbing all the sell pressure coming in to build up a large position so they can get the market going up. So I recognized that and I saw that in real time. And that's why I was jumping in bit front running it a bit with a tight stop every time, and then I got stopped out, and I jumped in again, got stopped out, jumped in again, got stopped out. So I was getting chopped up a little bit, but I knew the move was coming, right? And eventually the move did come. So I want to draw your attention to this right here, and when the move came, then it was really clear. I was like, aha. And then I jumped in, I believe, with 2 contracts rather than just 1, right? Okay. I was happy to, I think I did 2 contracts. I'll have to double check. But either way, I saw the move then. When it did appear, I was like, okay, now I'm confident this is the actual move. Okay. So look again. We had 133 contracts, 230 traded, 136, 151, 167. We're talking a lot of volume, sell volume coming into the market, right? Now this is a very dangerous kind of position for these sellers. They could potentially get trapped. And again, another 100 contracts came in, and then it started pushing up against them. Now, normally I would jump in already as soon as I see a bit of buy pressure come in. So, you know, 50, 60 at the top here, I would start jumping in for a buy. But I wanted to be a bit more cautious on this trade just because I have been getting chopped up a little bit. So I wanted to kind of confirm it, wait for that extra layer of confirmation, right? So basically like a retest. And then we had that retest come in, all right? Again, sellers coming in very aggressive, 90, 102. But they're just failing to push that market down. And that's when I was happy to say, okay, let's jump in for the trade. And then we had this buy pressure come in, and the market started pushing up. And then I held it and held it and held it. And there was nothing really to indicate that this is going to reverse anytime soon. Buyers were doing quite well. We did have a little area where I kind of kept my eye on it, because we had some buyers come in, and then sellers came in underneath the buyers. Excuse me. So I was kind of waiting, you know, if we started pushing down and the sellers were starting to get effective, I would have got out of this trade and just accepted it, right? But luckily, buyers took control very quickly again, 80 contracts, another 80, and then they came in with 140 and really pushed that market up, another 103 at the top here, 77, another 103. So you can see that volume coming in from the buyers, and that's when I started feeling quite confident, okay, this trade is working out quite well. And then we started getting to the top, and the buy pressure just kind of stopped. And then if you look carefully here, now at this point I'm already up $2,000, so I'm already kind of happy to, you know, take that exit, because I've already hit my target of the day of $1,000 of $1,000 profit. So I was already kind of happy to get out the trade at this point. If I saw anything I didn't like, even the minute thing, I'm happy to cash in, right? So I was really super cautious. I just saw that, you know, the buyers were exhausting. They weren't coming in that heavy anymore. You can kind of see the contract sizes, 26, 80 is not bad, but 29, 28, it's all getting a bit weak. And then you got these sellers coming in, 124 contracts. And then obviously I was already out the market, but again, 145, and we got 197. That's when I felt I made the right decision on getting out. But I pretty much got out the moment these buyers started getting exhausted. And that bit of sell pressure came in, which was somewhat effective at pushing the market down. I was happy to basically get the hell out of that market. So again, that is how I was able to get such a precision scalp. Live again, this was completely live, this trade. You could have watched it live with me and taken the trade if you tuned into Ola Prime TV. It was a great trade, you know, it was around here somewhere. My stop would have been there, and my original target was, of course, these highs here. That was my original target, but as we all know, I did get out like that, right? So I got out at 50 points, so it wasn't too bad. Eventually, pretty much we did hit that target, almost, you know, maybe a tick or two away, which is good enough, and I don't think we ever hit it yet. And what we can do is actually take a look at this area here on the footprint and see if we could have predicted that. So again, what are we seeing, right? We are seeing, you know, that sell pressure come in again, 100, 110 buyers come in. There's a bit of a battle. We're seeing this kind of consolidation happening where buyers and sellers are really battling it out in this area, and they're still in that battle, but it really doesn't change until we get, you know, this 144 and the sellers are pushing it down, and then we get this 200, sellers are keep pushing it down. But it very quickly, the momentum shifts and buyers come in. 185, 128 sellers still trying to push the market down. They start failing. Buyers start trading above those heavy sellers. Okay, and it takes a bit of a while for those sellers to drop out, but they do start dropping out as we start pushing up, and it pushes up very quickly, and you can see all the sellers dropping out of the market basically. All right, so you could have taken another scalp. So the important thing here of what I'm trying to point out is how easy it is, and how often, if you know how to read the footprint, how easy it is. I don't want to say easy because I don't want to pretend that it's really easy. It does take, there is a learning curve to it, and it does take time for your eyes to kind of pick up on these things. But the opportunity of getting in trades is so often, like throughout the day, we're talking, you know, I'm saying there should be at least like 50, 60 trades you could probably take as a scalper if you know how to read the footprint, and you can make a lot of money. Like again, you could have shorted the market at the top here, same playbook, right? How did, you know, so many people who probably bought somewhere around here, okay, they would have no clue that the market's going to stop and reverse in this area, right? Because there's nothing. If I just go to the candlesticks, there's nothing to really indicate that you're going to have this sudden kind of reversal if you bought anywhere around here. You're going to get caught out. But you see this giant bearish candle that's printed. But if you look on the footprint, that giant bearish candle was almost predicted to happen, right? Okay. So again, I'm going to show you, you know, buyers were well in control. You saw these heavy buyers come in at the bottom here. Great, you know, they're pushing it up 100, 157, you know, we've got 260, 120, 141, lots of buy pressure coming in. Some sellers trying to push the market down, or maybe some of these buyers taking profit, right? Got a bit of sell pressure, but it does nothing, absolutely nothing. So you don't want to sell yet, right? 110 buyers still pushing this market up. 260, 189 still pushing it up, but they're slowly starting to get a bit weaker now. 226, 128. And then you get this kind of last little push of a few hundred contracts, right, coming in, 96, 100, 117, 185. And then all of a sudden, look at these sells coming in, right, trading now, starting to trade below all these buyers. And look at all these buyers dropping out the market instantly as the sellers start coming in, and they're getting very effective, these sellers. And then the same playbook happens on the reverse side, right? You had buyers come in again, trying to push this market up, completely fail, and sellers are trading below those buyers, right? And again, sellers coming in, buyers trying to push it up, they're kind of failing, right? They're still trying it, it's kind of getting a bit better, but you know, you can almost see it happen in real time, and you can scalp in and out the market very quickly if you know what to look for, right? So I always say the market is a story, and there are a ton of these scalps that you can just wait for. Like again here, perfect opportunity to buy the market, right? Perfect opportunity to buy them. Look at all this sell volume coming in, right? Huge amount of sell volume coming in. Again, sell volume, right? Look, it's all red. There's barely any buyers in this market, right? Big sell volume, again, massive sell volume coming in. But look, the market is just not pushing down. Right, you would expect with all that sell volume coming in, the market should be plummeting down, but it's not. It's not doing that at all. Then we start trading above all these heavy sellers, right? If you draw a line out where those sellers are, right? Sorry, that's a really bad line, but we start trading above it, and look at all the, you know, buy pressure coming in. That's a lot of these sellers dropping out. Get in for a buy here, right? And then, sure, lots of sellers coming in. You might get a bit spooked. You might get out, but it's fine, right? Even if you get out here, you still made yourself a few points, right? I don't know how many points, but let's have a look. Because yes, to be fair, that is quite, you know, daunting when you see that amount of sell contracts come in. But if you got in here and you maybe get out when you start seeing 100, still made 16 points on that little trade. And then again, same thing. Sellers are trying to come in. They're failing. Right, okay, we start trading above them, you can see them getting out, jump in again, you know, and you can make another few points, 10 points or so, and that's what scalping's about, right? understanding, almost getting, you know, one candle, one minute candle. Sometimes, yes, the move lasts a bit longer and you can ride it down and make bigger amounts, but a lot of the time you're just banking, you know, $300-400 here, there in quick succession, and that really does build up, right? So I'm going to leave it at that. I think that was pretty good explanation. Go ahead, subscribe to the channel. Turn on channel notifications. I've got a lot more videos coming like this where I break down live trades I do, and do make sure to tune into Ola Prime TV so you can watch me trade live and you can interact with me live and I can break things down for you. But apart from that, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Take care.